That's why I have my drink every now and then, like, you know, because like in the book it even says like, yo, enjoy your drink, like, enjoy your time with your friends. Don't forget that.
It's not my business. It's just why you gonna do that? You know,
that's how it be though. Like, everyone looks away. Everyone's like, yo, nope. I don't even know. What the fuck are you even talking about?
That's between you and whoever
the fuck got it.
But I get on the part where he gets the bad people that don't belong here. They're fucking it up for everyone else who's trying to make a living and do something with themselves here.
Yeah.
You know, it's those specific group that's
But it's the fact that people get in the mix of it all.
Unfortunate, yeah.
People that are innocent.
That's the only mix up right there that it's a yes and no. It's just like the immigration laws are just a little too crazy.
There's people that been here for years, bro. Like, they're gonna get deported, bro. That been here before all this bullshit happened.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then at the same time, Biden wasn't smart with what he was doing. Some of those people also deal with trauma, so like that just holds them even more further back, where like they can't.
You're right.
Continue because of what they have already dealt with.
But then it's such a fucking roll of the dice, right?
It is,
because some people deal with certain trauma, but they process it differently.
Right, their response is totally different. We gotta make whatever time we have as useful.
We're
as possible.
30 years old, bro. 30 gang, bro. 30 gang, bro. 3-0, bro.
3-0, bro. Shit. Cheers to that, bro.
Man, cheers to that.
We're all gonna get through this. They say like these years are supposed to be our best years. Some of them have been tough, at least in my personal experience. But there's always gonna be better days and better years coming up. For sure.
Boom. So yeah.
I can't trust no switching roadie. I be on my grown thing. Keep on moving, time be skipping, phone and going home. Same process, trust the progress. I be knowing where it's home. Man, free me, feel me, see me, I see. So yeah.
So my guy Axel,
how you feeling, Kenny?
Good. What's up, everyone?
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Yo, we're fucking 30 now, bro.
30, bro.
30.
30 fucking years old.
We're 30 years old, bro. 30. Remember when we were in junior high school?
15 years ago? 16 years ago?
Yo, time flies. Let's take a shot to that.
Cheers.
Okay, it's smooth. It's smooth. I taste the green apple.
Bucanas, bro.
I taste the green apple. Nah, it tastes not good.
You mix green apple in it?
Nah, it is green apple. That's what it said, no?
Nah, it's pineapple.
Pineapple? I'm bugging.
Yeah, it's pineapple.
Maybe I wanted it to be green apple.
Try to open these beers?
Yo, no, facts.
I got one.
You got a lighter? Or you got a bottle opener?
Oh,
you fancy with it. You fancy with it.
Come on. No.
Alright. Let me know. I'm gonna do it.
Alright, go.
Alright, so yo, bro.
Yeah.
We're 30 years old, bro.
30 years, man. Cheers to that, bro. 30 years of life. 30 years of life is still being healthy, still being here.
Yo, alright, so what can you say now, being 30 years old? How do you feel?
I don't feel 30, bro.
You don't feel 30?
I still feel...
What do you feel?
I still feel young, bro.
No, but what is young? Like, what is the age that you feel?
I guess, like, I'm active. I mean, well, my job is an actively working job, so, like, usually a lot of people say by your 30s you're complaining about something's bothering you, something's hurting you, you feel, like, very weak on one side of your body. I don't feel that. At least that's the mentality, I think, when you're 30, you know. You're starting to deteriorate little by little. Signs of your body show you that you can't really function as well. I don't know, bro, because people go through it, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you got 10 years where you're physically super active, working.
I'm not going to lie, though. Like, when you get
traveling.
hurt, you get hurt more than when you were a kid, for sure.
Definitely, bro.
For sure.
Now, the hurt hurts.
The hurt hurts. Yo, that's a fact.
Yeah, bro.
I think it's one of those things where, like, all right, what else can you do besides just endure the pain, right? Like,
I mean, you get yourself checked out, but...
Nah, you work out, you got to take care of yourself and feel good. When you feel good, you get attack more of the day, right?
Of course.
And more in life.
Yeah, it's 100% true, bro.
People get sidetracked a lot, yo. Distracted, easily manipulated. Like, yo, bro. And trust me, because I've gone through it, right? But it's just like, fucking, there's so much more when you get a little bit more discipline in your daily routine and try to find something that is gonna fucking make you sweat. make you be like,
what gets
like,
you motivated to do it?
Yeah,
you know, when you want to learn more about it.
Yeah,
that's
very true. You start to really dive deep. I read this book called Nutrient Timing by Lauren Link.
Okay.
And it was a very interesting book because it really stresses the importance of not only of what you want, but how you can get there. You know, and what you can eat, and also what type of exercise you should be considering, and also what type of like just plan that you have set throughout your day. That it really helped a lot.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, it helped a lot. It helped a lot, and gave me a better understanding of how much I should be eating too. So I know when I want to bulk up or when I'm trying to get bigger, like I'm trying to get like 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. That's hard to do.
It is, and with the dedication,
yeah,
you have to be very strict with yourself.
Yeah, but I also learned in the book. That's why I have my drink every now and then, like you know, because like in the book it even says like, yo, enjoy your drink, like enjoy your time with your friends. Don't forget that. And I'm like, oh, I fucking love that. I was like, great. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be too cruel on yourself.
Nah, you can't be cruel. You can't be too cruel.
No, not at all.
You gotta enjoy yourself.
Gotta give some love back.
Yeah, we gotta also be disciplined enough to want to go at it the next day. You know, because it's easy to just fall back, or it's easy to be like, nah, I'm too fucked up. You also gotta listen to your body though, too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, your body's the first thing gonna tell you whether you're gonna be able to do something.
Your body be shutting down. Your body be like, all right, chill.
Man, like thinking about that is like when I was younger, when I used to always like party and shit. Like to have to go from like going to sleep at like 6 a.m. to get up to work at like 2 or 1 p.m. It's not a lot of time, but realistically, you need time to sleep.
You need time to sleep.
You gotta shower.
Yeah, you do.
So when
it's gonna hit you.
Like those 4-hour sleeps, bro. Oh man, I don't even know how I used to do that.
Nah, I can still do it, but it's not the same. It's not the
same. You can work off of 4 hours of sleep. Yeah,
I can do it, but it's not the same. It's not the same. When I was younger, what?
Bro,
that shit would be like, oh, I bet we out. Let's go.
You want to hear something crazy? I read recently that corporate America is thinking about putting a study onto how people could be active on just 4 hours of sleep. They want to.
Okay, they're trying to make it as if like this is how much you should be sleeping so you could work more.
They're trying to make people work more. They're finding solutions like, all right, so how could we get this specific pool of people that sleep? They need that much sleep to be functional.
Right.
Like, how could we look at this pool and see what makes them work on this?
It's crazy too, because like we're getting to the point where like they're not even needing us. So what the fuck is gonna happen?
I'm scared.
You know what I'm saying?
AI, bro. AI is getting too crazy now, man.
AI is getting
I'm really worried about
the measures of understanding, bro. Not only just what we can literally fathom within like just content, right?
Yeah,
because shit be wild what we see. But imagine what people could do in like newsrooms or whatever the case might be, just to make a perspective happen in society, and people just fall for it because they're watching a video, and they're emotionally strung by it.
You know, some people could pick up on it and say, yeah, that's AI or whatever, but there are the other group that actually like believe that what they're seeing is true in front of them. So that's the worst part, because we all gotta be together on this to think what it really is, you know?
Right.
We can't all be fooled by it, because if a specific part of people are fooled by it, if it gets better at what it does, that's bad. That can manipulate those people very easily.
It's gonna get better though.
Well, in a good and bad way.
Yeah, but life is good and bad.
Well, yeah.
So what can you expect besides that and more? Yo, bro, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy, bro. I've been thinking about how technology changes so fast, and if you don't keep up with it, you are fucking lost.
Yeah,
bro, lost.
I see that with the last generation.
Lost, bro.
Yeah, like you gotta be on whatever new tech is out.
You do, and if you don't, you're asked out. I mean, but unless if you're not trying to go in that direction, some people don't really care for it. And I think it also kind of depends on where you're at. Yeah. Because if you're in like middle America, some people don't care about that shit. They're like out hunting. Still,
yeah,
like,
it's a whole different scenery,
it's a different vibe, bro.
Different
completely.
Listen, me living in
city shit.
Living in Florida, I got to see both sides of that.
You think so?
Of course, I seen the suburbs.
And Miami is like that.
Well, I live in Orlando.
Oh, Orlando, my bad.
So I got to see different sides of it.
Got
you know, so seeing the countryside and then seeing.
But what's the countryside like in Orlando?
It's just farms. It's small towns.
Did you?
Did I ever stay there?
No, did you tip a cow?
No.
I
never heard
Did you
of that.
see the cows?
I see some cattle.
No, you never heard of that?
No.
What? That's some shit that people would do when they're younger. I heard. Like,
That's like
that they would just like
tip the cow over
Yeah,
and be
like-
stuck, slammed on his stomach.
I see you laughing.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I know it's fucked up.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's their way of
Having
ding
fun.
dong ditch.
I
Their
guess
way.
so. Right. You
Like,
can't do shit.
They
about
got
it.
nothing else up
Right,
there,
right.
you know. Bro, it's crazy because I went to.
I heard they be taking like shrooms and like people out there be taking a lot of like psychedelics and shit like that.
What, Florida in general? Or?
Florida, down south, like shit like that.
It's
Is
actually a little bit more dirty than that, bro. They're
dirtier.
Like, yeah.
What do you mean dirtier?
Needles dirty.
Oh
Needles
man,
dirty.
for real?
I worked at a gas station
Okay.
before, bro. I was a manager at a gas station
In
for
Florida?
Yes, I worked at this gas station called Racetrack.
Okay.
I worked there for about 2.5 to 3 years,
Okay.
and I've seen all different types of life come into the door. So I'm talking about from like homeless people to drug addicts to like hookers, you name it, bro. It's a free for all out there, bro.
Yeah.
There's so much different people out there
Coming through.
and it's just a drug addict.
You got light? My bad.
I should, yeah.
Is there a bunch of drug addicts?
It's a bunch of drug addicts, bro. Because like I literally would see.
I'm about to light my drugs. Hear about the drugs?
No, I left it in the car, bro.
Yo, Nando, ¿puedes pasarme la luz? La luz?
I got a call lagging.
The lighter? Por favor, un segundo. Sí, señor. Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you some of my adventures from Florida, bro. Throughout the 3.5 years I lived out there, I've seen some funny shit out there, bro. So yeah, with this specific one, but yeah, like specifically the drug addicts we were just talking about. Yeah, I see them with like needles in their arms, bro. I remember some dude like he came into the store, he walked out, and he dropped a bag full of perks. I'm talking about the 30 milligrams, like 20 of them.
Yeah.
My coworker snatched it. The guy came in and he was just like panicking, looking like, "Oh shit, yo!" Like he didn't say what he was looking for, but he came in with that panic. We're like, "Where's my work? Where is it?" He was looking at the counter. He didn't drop it on the floor. He left it on the counter because he was paying for something. I guess when he took out everything out of his pocket. Don't know why he took out his shit with his money or whatever. He left it dead on the counter. Never found it. My boy just took it and he just flipped it. But it's
Flipped it?
Flipped it, yeah.
All of it?
All of it.
That's what's up. He made that money.
Bro, he made at least like 12.
Word?
Yeah, 1.5 or 12, something like that. It was 30 pills. Or 20, some shit like that. But he showed me, I was like, yo, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
And the dude was just like going crazy, and I started looking everywhere. I'm like, oh.
Looking for shit.
Yeah. It's not my business. It's just, why you gonna do that? You know,
that's how it be, though. Like, everyone looks away. Everyone's like, yo, nope. I don't even know. What the fuck are you even talking about?
And that's between you and whoever.
And whoever the fuck got it. Because it ain't me. And I ain't snitching.
It was
yo. Some shit.
Oh,
yo. Alright. So how do you feel about American society right now?
That's tough. Because, like, we're getting some type of benefits in little...
You fuck with Trump?
Yes and no.
Okay. Why yes and why no?
No with... Let's start with the no. With the whole, like...
Why start with the no? Start with the yeah. Now I want you to start with the yeah.
Because it's short. The no is short. It's a very bold statement. But it's like, I don't agree with, like, his immigration, like, laws.
Yeah, because he's getting people to fucking deported. Yeah, that's a fact.
But I get on the part where he gets the bad people that don't belong here. They're fucking it up for everyone else who's trying to make a living and do something with themselves here.
Yeah.
You know, it's those specific group that's
But it's the fact that people get in the mix of it all.
Unfortunate, yeah.
People that are innocent.
That's the only mix up right there that it's the yes and no. It's just like the immigration laws are just a little too crazy.
There's people that been here for years, bro, that are gonna get deported, bro. That been here before all this bullshit happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But then at the same time, Biden wasn't smart with what he was doing.
Nah, which I feel like, am I like stupid to say this, but I feel like that was like a low key type of move just to get more votes. And it really does look like that. It really does look like that.
That's all they care about. You know, and it is money and power. It's the only two things they really care about.
That's the only thing. Biden, and I guess I don't want to say Biden, right? Because it just kind of feels like that whole administration too kind of just it feels like, to be honest, why the fuck are these two sides to begin with, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense because it's one for the working man and one for like the CEOs and people that want to be up top.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but at the same time, it's like, yo, we all living here.
Right. Why do we have to be the result, whatever they choose, what
Yeah.
they want? I mean, we get to vote, which is good, but at the same time, there's things about the polls being rigged. There's false votes, like of people that have already passed away and just they somehow get their social or something.
The Social Security that keeps them
Yeah, there's just a lot of bullshit and propaganda that goes into that whole thing to see who's really going to become the next president or this person that leads the country. I don't know, bro. That's the thing that sucks. Why can't it just be one simple move for that? You know, why have it go so complicated? Say like all that bullshit is going on.
Some say that the division was created on purpose. That's the conspiratorial people that like to, I like to dip into that rabbit hole a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too.
Only because it's like, that shit doesn't make sense, bro. Mm-hmm. Especially since, if you're thinking about the dynamics of the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, they changed so many times throughout the years. And in reality, we're all American.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's so stupid. It's so ignorant to say like, like I'm a real American. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, America was founded by fucking immigrants,
literally.
Like, and not even founded, taken. But like, let's just say founded, right? Let's just say founded to keep motherfuckers happy. But at the same time, it was taken. Now, like, yo, bro, like, the one thing that I could take about Germany, because I've been to Germany, and I spoke to people there, and I went to schools there, and I met officials there, and I've gotten to have great exchanges with Germans, right? Yo, you want to what I learned about them, bro?
What?
They're mad upfront and honest with their history. They don't try to hide away from it. They're more open and like, let's talk about it. From what I've seen in that time that I was there.
Okay.
And like, am I gonna say that that's the case for everywhere in Germany? I'm sure it's not the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, it exists, bro. You know what I mean? And I feel like it exists here too. It's just in a different dynamic. I feel like people are constantly trying to like manipulate the perspective. But when you go on to society, motherfuckers is out. What the fuck? We all on the train. You know what I'm saying? We all here. We all in the shopping center. We all here. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course. We all dealing with each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. Constantly. So
we're very diverse.
In New York, not everywhere.
No, but New York specifically is
New York
very
very diverse. Yeah. Very diverse. I would say probably in Florida too, though, right? In Orlando, or not as much.
Not as much.
It's like Latinos here, Black people here, white people here.
Yes.
Type shit, right?
Asians here and there, Indians here and there.
There's just too much of an influx here to be like, not like...
Yeah, but New York is the melting pot, bro. Literally, you take the 7 train, literally every stop is a different type of neighborhood. From 74th to 82nd,
where do you want,
to Flushing, to 103rd.
What country do you want to land to?
What is it, bro? Like,
I'm trying to go to, what is that? Where the Filipinas at? The 69th Street. West side, yo.
West side, bro.
I hear Philippines Street, the man, right, yo. I want to see what's up. I want to see what's up. You know, I got this part in the podcast where I ask the individual, hey, can you give me a question that I can bring out into society? And I go ask that question.
Good question would be... I knew you were gonna ask this.
So then you fucking flipped and you don't even fucking remember what the fucking question was.
I had a question, but it's like it's more of like a dumb question where like if you had to choose a superpower, right?
Okay. Teleportation.
Okay, but in the comments they choose what's the downside of having that superpower.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. Like I've seen something where like to be invisible, but your ex could only see you.
Ooh.
So that's the downside of having that superpower. So in the comments, the people would pretty much state out, okay, like what's the, depict the downside for you having that superpower.
Okay, so you're letting the individual choose their downside.
Well, the comment section. You just ask the individual.
Nah, that's way too heavy, bro.
Okay.
You gotta ask somebody like a question so I could go out in society and ask that person that question.
Okay, so
it's gotta make sense. But that's a good question. If it was like working that way.
Yeah.
I gotta think about maybe I'll do some shit like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, have the comment section involved in that.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that's smart. Okay.
So the question to society would be.
Dun, 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 dun,
we'll be right back. God damn it! Last time you asked me this was the same thing too. I forgot you were gonna ask this. It's been a minute.
Just a question, bro. Any question.
Any question?
Yeah.
That's like what to ask. Fuck.
Yo, it's fucking.
It's a lot more difficult than you think.
No, it's not.
No, you don't think so?
No, it's not. It's a question out into society. What would you want to know from out in society? Something, a random ass. You can give any question. You ever want to ask somebody some shit and you couldn't because you're like, man, I can't just ask them that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll ask them that. I'm keeping some of this shit. I'm just letting you know.
That's fine, bro. That's fine.
It was a fact.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't think of a simple question.
No.
It's just it's hard because like I'm not the type to ask questions.
Just ask the question. Fucking. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't even gotta fucking ask the question.
I'm overthinking it, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna be the one asking the question.
Do you feel the trains are safe? No, I see.
Is it? That's easy.
Do you feel the trains are safe?
Fuck no. Hell no.
Nah?
Trains are fucking wonky for the past 2.5 years, I think. 2.5 years, I think.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Hell no.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know.
Hell no. That's gonna be such an easy question to answer.
No, of course. I know. My bad.
You want a different question?
Huh?
You want a different question?
Yeah.
All right. What's the question? I'm gonna still ask that question because it's like that's a funny question to ask.
Do you feel if shoes make the fit?
Yes.
All right, second question. Do you feel like the shoes make the fit?
Of course. You can wear cheap shit and if the shoes is fit, you Gucci, man.
Do you feel if shoes make the fit?
Yeah.
Like the tie pretty much to the suit.
Yeah, facts. Fucking Nando put me onto that. The shoes make the fit.
Yeah.
You start with the shoes and you go with the rest.
Right.
That's how you do?
Yeah, I mean, you just pick the color of the day. You look at the roster of shoes you
have. That was your question to society.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like your shoes make the fit? Yo, that's so funny, yo. That's some like New York ass question to ask too. Like that's like this is an important question.
Well, when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you're wearing? Like
what shoes am I gonna wear?
Not today? The shoes, but like because you can have a different assortment. You can have 3 different reds of shoes, right? But you have a specific type of color where you're going with color scheme. You know, what if this blue's more darker, but it goes with the fit?
I never cared for this shit like that, but I know motherfuckers that do. No, I respect it. I understand the fucking shit. That's some shit though, bro. Alright, yo, so like back to we're 30 years old, bro.
Okay, back to us being 30, unfortunately.
What do you mean unfortunately? What the fuck? 30 gang, bro. 30 gang, yo. 30 flirty, bro. Like I'm feeling lit. I don't know about you. We can talk about it, but we cannot talk about it, but we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I'm feeling lit. I'm having a great time. The thing is, alright, this is something that I've been thinking about recently. So we could talk about it. Because I wanna get your opinion.
Sure.
Okay?
Okay.
So I feel like I'm in a perplexing situation.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in a limbo almost, where it's like I can't escape choosing wrong women, but then at the same time, like I'm just bored with like the so-called good women, or not as attracted to, and I'm like in this constant limbo, bro. Like, and it's like fuck.
So,
Because like I've tried the good woman,
mm,
and it's fucking torment and annoyance. You know what I'm saying? But
so
then
you
like,
had both sides already.
I've tried both sides, and it's
Okay.
like, all right, this side is only fun and having, you know what I mean, like enjoyment, and then this side, all right, we can grow, but then it's gonna eventually be fucking annoying and fucking not something I want to be in.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like fuck. You know what I mean? It's like I'm in this limbo of just like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, what fits your lifestyle? What fits your personality?
my lifestyle
Yeah.
is fucking me staying single. Yo, bro. But
So
like,
then you really,
but like,
because the good ones are the ones that are going to be around for more longer. That's what you want out of the good ones. The ones that stick around the longest, right?
No, it's not about sticking. Well, yes, that's part of it.
Okay.
But I would say it's more so like thoroughly enjoying their soul, thoroughly enjoying their time. You know, because life is stressful enough.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to add more stress to my plate.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to also either alleviate or build, you know,
Of course,
and that essence, because yo man, it gets very annoying when you're dealing with certain type of women, but then at the same time, should you even be focusing on that? That's how I feel like. The more that I focus on what I have to do in me, the more I feel good. The more I attract. And it's strange how that works. Because it's just like, oh, okay, I'm not trying to do so, but it does.
That's the law of attraction, bro.
Seriously.
That's what it is, bro. You know, that kind of stuff, it lingers in the background. They say what's, you know, like the phrase goes, what's meant for you will always be meant for you, right?
Right.
So in due time, if you really go out there to chase what you want, I mean, better say, if you go out there and chase what you want, you'll probably get it, but that probably still exists there. It's not for sure. Or if you're doing other stuff, not worried about it, the right things will come along, and then it'll be a more better experience for yourself because you know you're already worried about everything else that's going on that you have to worry about.
But don't get me wrong, bro. Like if the right woman comes my way, would I take the time to indulge further? Absolutely.
But what's the candidate like?
The candidate. The candidate. Oof.
Like, the number one contender.
The number one contender got me like first of all is something in the eyes, right? Like it's gotta be that like.
So it's gotta be that first scene when they walk in the room. They gotta be the one that stands out in the crowd in the room.
Yeah. They gotta be the main character, bro. Like they gotta be like their own like.
But how's the energy though? Are we talking like high energy, low energy? Are they laid back, relaxed?
I feel like not. I feel like it depends on the vibe. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how they feel. Because it's like, I go through my shit. You know, I'm not always 100% like there. Like, maybe I want to just be chill.
Of course.
You know, like, I would rather a person be authentically themselves than anything else. You know, like, because at the end of the day, I don't want them to kind of sugarcoat shit. I don't want them to, like, act like something or no. Like, I just want a beautiful woman that's authentically herself and also can have her own passion, because that's great to find when someone finds something that they enjoy beyond some other person. You know what I mean? Something that they find within themselves, because yo, this life is wild. Like if you're not finding something that you love within yourself, I feel like you're not really taking advantage of what life can really offer you, because there's so much more, you know.
Because you limit yourself. You're not open minded. You're closed into what you only want and want to relate to. That's why they say opposites attract too. You know, it could be someone that you totally wouldn't expect. That's not in your field of liking.
To be boring.
Yes.
I feel you, but like my shit is like I gotta be able to fucking smoke and fuck at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't know if that's something bad to say, but like I like my indulgence of like getting you know
that's the vice of the
then
relationship right there. That's
but then also having that deep clarity and having that foundation and wanting to build like that's I want someone fun but to also build with. You know what I mean? Because like yo, life could get whack, bro. Life could get whack. Life could get boring. Life could get fucking super fucking
especially when you're in a routine.
bland. Yo, like yeah, routine. Like I feel like yo, the same way like how I choose to want to like maybe want to do certain things or spice things up, I would like a woman to do the same shit, you know, instead of just expecting that shit. You know what I mean? Like a lot of women that I have come across just expect that shit, and it's just like, yeah, I could do that shit, but what the fuck, I want that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like
the energy has to match. You know, when one gives more than the other, it's just constant collision. There's nothing really met in the middle.
I want my dick sucked amazingly, like top notch, like fucking like you know what I mean, like because I'm gonna put my fucking work, and it's like I feel like you know what I mean, like I feel like not enough, like there are some, don't get me wrong, there are some, but not enough women like really try to like please their man the same way, like you know what I'm saying, like man, I be trying to go, you know what I mean, fully through. But why? Because I think that it's that time. It's the. There's no other time besides that time. That's how I look about like mad different shit in my life.
Okay.
Not just sex, just like everything. Like fucking, you'll never experience that moment again besides that moment. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do with it? You know what I mean?
How far are you gonna go with that?
Not even necessarily how far. How much are you gonna enjoy? How much are you gonna put in? Are you gonna make the enjoyment more everlasting than it could be? You know what I mean? Like I think it's a dynamic further than just what you could bring. It's what the synergy. You know what I mean? Could bring like of that time. Man, people waste their lives, bro. Not really doing or saying or being who they really want to be, and it's just because they're all clouded within their own judgment or how other people view them.
Very close-minded.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, bro, you waste so much time like not really expressing yourself or how you really feel because of that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Man, life is wild.
It is.
Yeah.
And one thing that goes on with that too, it's just some of those people also deal with trauma, so like that just holds them even more further back, where like they can't.
You're right.
Continue because of what they have already dealt with.
But then it's such a fucking roll of the dice, right?
It is,
because some people deal with certain trauma, but they process it differently.
Right, the response is totally different.
Different,
yeah,
and that's the roll of the dice.
Yeah,
because who gets to decide that?
It's true.
Who?
Not even themselves, because they had no other choice
God
but to deal with it. Well, it's a situation they're put in.
Do you feel that shit is written already, or it's just by chance?
It's a roll of the dice.
It's a roll of the dice every time.
Roll of the dice every time, man. Yeah, life is literally a roll of the dice.
If you can turn back the wheels of time, what would you do? What would you do differently?
I think I would have definitely went to school to be a mechanic, but it's not that I didn't want to. It's just I couldn't because it was just way too expensive. I was going to put myself in a big amount of debt, and at that time I had just graduated high school. It's either do that or work.
That is an interesting point. There's like mad people that feel like, yo, how the fuck do you want people? They're saying that there's not enough workers, but then it takes so much money to get even those certain types of jobs. So wouldn't you want to educate your people that you have in your society so they can do those specific jobs instead of having inclined them to get them to pay absurd amount of quantities when they're already dealing with life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what's interesting about that too is just like with that type of knowledge, when it comes to working, you really could go far with anything regardless of what your age is, if you really think about it. As long as you're really good at making a good resume, you can pretty much land almost any job.
It depends on how you display yourself. Absolutely.
That, of course, yes, that's very important, especially when you meet the hiring person. You know, if you're able to back up what your resume shows, just based upon your introduction, how you talk, how you answer their questions, they could tell that you mean business. You're not there to just
absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of layers to why certain corporations will hire certain people for whatever it is they want, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, I feel like we're in a society where people really want to strive to do their own thing and strive to become their own business owners and strive to become more than just a worker, you know? And I think that in society and today, right now, there's more people that want to take advantage of what life can really bring them than besides what life can just like give to them, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's a matter of what you really want in life, bro. You know, because it's a lot easier just to take the hand and just to take the food from what someone could give to you than to hunt for your own food, you know, and like to get something way more out of life. And I think that it's more advantageous to go after than just your average Joe. You know what I mean? Or however you want to describe it. Like, yo, man, life is only one. And if you just want to do that one thing, then that's fine too. That could be just like your life. You know what I mean? You just want to just like be that family man, be in the cycle, and just work for that goal of creating your foundation. That's a beautiful thing too.
Creating a kingdom, bro.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
Like
it's from way
having your legacy get passed on.
It's way more than just you, right?
Yeah,
it's just
bro,
like it's far beyond you, and it's like, what do you want to do with your time? You know, it's just a matter of that, and also what you can provide with that time.
Yeah,
you know,
because we're all on a time clock, bro.
We are all on a time clock.
We gotta make whatever time we have as useful.
We're
as possible.
30 years old, bro. 30 gang, bro. 30 gang, bro. 3-0, bro.
3-0, bro. Shit. Cheers to that, bro.
Man, cheers to that. Oh, look at her, bro.
Yeah, it's my little one.
Yo, how old is your daughter now, bro?
She's 3. 3 years old, bro. Yeah.
Yo, how does that feel, bro?
It's amazing. She turns 4 in September.
I remember I was 3 when I first came to this country, bro.
Really?
Yeah, okay. Man.
Yeah. So 27 years.
Yeah.
Wow, bro. That's so. How is that from being 3 years old? Like, how did you make the process of coming here at that age?
I was young as fuck. I ain't give a fuck. Yo, my mom. You know what's mad funny? Yo, my mom's fucking hilarious and she's smart too. You know what she did? She was like, she didn't say that we were leaving for good. She said we were going on vacation. So I'm thinking like, we going on vacation, is lit. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna come back. You know what I mean? Like, we never came back. Yo,
and
son,
vacation.
Yo, bro, like, yo, son, like, there's a photo.
Okay.
Like, if I find it, I'm gonna clip it. But if I don't find it, then y'all, that's how you're never gonna see it. But it's a photo like of us dipping, right?
Okay.
And we're heading to the plane. And my mom and my sister are both looking forward. And I'm looking back like, like, Mario, peace out.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again.
Yo, ain't that some shit though, bro? Like, and I think about myself and like, just, I've always moved around. So I've always felt kind of that way. You know what I mean? Like, I've always felt like, damn, like, I'm never just here. This is the longest I've lived somewhere.
In New York.
This is where I'm at right now. This is the longest I've lived somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, because when I first met you, you lived in College
Bro,
Park.
this is the longest I've ever lived somewhere. Think about that. My entire life, bro. Since I was a kid, bro. Till now, I'm a grown ass adult.
Right.
This is the longest I've ever lived somewhere. And bro, I honestly, I love it, bro.
Where's your favorite place?
I love here, bro. Astoria, bro.
Astoria, okay.
Shout out Astoria, motherfucking Queens, bro. I love Astoria, bro. You know what's crazy? When I was younger, I used to always want to live here.
Okay.
Always, bro. When I was
You
younger,
would come around here too, remember?
yeah, mad different times, bro.
Yeah.
Like in different periods of my life. You know what I'm saying? There was different periods of my life where I was like, oh, I fucking love Astoria.
Yeah.
I love Astoria, Queens. Shout out Astoria, Queens. I really do, because there's no other place like it. I swear to you. There's no other place. In my opinion. For real.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good places, but Astoria is unique. It has its own uniqueness.
Fuck everywhere else, bro. I'm saying, like, Astoria or nowhere. For me, everyone else can have their opinion, bro. Like,
that's true.
I love Astoria. Why? Because I feel like Astoria is really for everybody. And, like, there's just different people. There's different ethnicity. There's different people, like, that have gone through so much different shit, yo. Like, hustlers, business owners, people that still
you do really see it all in Astoria.
Everything, bro. It's still like old school New York in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I find it amazing. Like, there's also, there's a lot of up and coming shit that's like, oh damn, it makes it feel like it's gentrifying, but then it's still not, yo. It can't. Like, there's just still some essence of Astoria that just can't be taken.
What's your favorite part of Astoria? Because you got Queensbridge down there. You got LIC. Actually, no, LIC is its own area. So
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like where we are is the heart of
Steinway.
Yeah. Yo, we're in the heart. We're in the heart. We're in the heart of Astoria, bro. We're in the motherfucking.
What about the Denmark section in the back?
It's dope. Don't get me wrong. There's some dope ass like restaurants and good spots to eat out there. It's just who's really trying to go all the way out there, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like in a dead end type of spot. Like, Steinway, Steinway and Broadway is like really where it's at.
How about by where the airport and Rikers is at?
The fuck you talking about, bro? What the fuck is going on?
That's the end of the story.
No, I understand, bro. Who the fuck is going out there?
I mean, well, people live out there, and people go clubbing back there. There's a club scene, because that's the end of Steinway. There's a big clubs back down there.
See, look at that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, there's really big clubs. There used to be a big club out there.
There's still more for me to find out about this beautiful ass place. I fucking love the story. Look at that.
Yeah.
Still more to me to find out. I love it.
Just look into the back of a story, like the last end of Steinway Street. You'll see some really big clubs out down there.
That's dope. Yo, where's somewhere that you gone that you could share a story that when you were there, it's one of those like, oh shit, it's in the books.
So I love my car, right? I love taking pictures of my car. So when I used to work for Call Ahead, which is a porta potty company, I know
Call Ahead. You used to work for them?
Yeah, I used to deliver for them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I used to deliver all around Nassau and Suffolk County.
Oh shit.
All over any town.
Yeah.
My favorite town would be, I think, Lloyd Cove, I think it's called. It's further up east, but northeast. And wow, like it has like a mountainside. It has a separate island, like a private island that you could cross over with like private houses with private beaches. Beautiful, bro. Really, really beautiful. And as I would do my routes out there, I used to look at separate places for pictures or like roads to take, like mountainside roads to really go take the car out there and just really drive around, get the feel of like the twists and ends and everything. And I got a bunch of places locked into my my iPhone. Yeah, and I just want to actually next weekend when my friend's here when he's visiting from Florida, we're gonna go to this car meet first out in the city, and then we're going to these different spots out on Long Island.
You got locked.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, because he has some pretty good cameras. So he does a lot of traveling. So he has a lot of different cameras to take different pictures, stuff like that. So I'm definitely.
Now, that's a dope story, but I was expecting more so like like some shit happened. It was
Okay,
like,
so you wanna go in that direction. Okay,
some
okay,
funny
okay,
shit.
okay,
Like what
okay.
the fuck? This some wholesome ass shit.
Don't
Don't get me wrong. Like it's great.
no.
You know what I mean? Like,
No,
but
I have
like,
another. Okay, but
alright,
I have a
yeah,
story
yeah.
for that too.
Alright.
I think it's not. It's there's this one specific street called Sleepy Hollow Road. I forgot where in Long Island.
Okay.
It's based upon a story where
I don't
there's.
Sleepy Hollow.
You've heard of the street?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
next
yeah.
to a cemetery, and there's
Okay.
an underpass where there's a story of like 2 kids or 4 kids, they hang themselves on that bridge. Story goes where if you bring your car into the tunnel and you put it in neutral, the car will just move on its own eventually. So I went with a couple friends multiple times, just to fuck around, test the theory, and it does roll, but we theorize that it's on a hill that's really like making a car roll because it's on neutral. So if it's an uneven platform, it's gonna roll back or roll forward, whatever the hill is. So that was debunked, but we were still there, just feeling the vibes. Nighttime, 8, not even 9. What am I saying? 8, like 12, 1 in the morning. On the side, after you pass the underpass, there's a forest, and it's pitch fucking black, pitch black. So
There's no other cars.
no, bro. It's because most Long Island towns are really small. The houses are separated, and so this specific road passes through a cemetery, the underpass, which is another highway that goes above it, and then afterwards it's just like farm roads.
Okay.
It's all forests.
Okay.
And houses are very, very, very separated in that small section of forest. And on the side, there's a trail that takes you deeper into the forest. So we parked our cars. Decided to walk a little bit.
Oh, you walked it?
Yeah, we went to go walk a little bit. Yeah, and we didn't have no lanterns or big flashlights,
So
just the iPhone cameras.
Black. Oh,
get
the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, and we just walked through the forest for a little bit, and it was like in October, so it was a little windy, so you would hear like the leaves rustling and shit, so it kind of added to the vibe. It was pretty cool, but at one point, somebody said that they saw something, and then like, we were like, stop bullshitting, just add to like the folklore, this place is haunted, like, all right, whatever,
What did the person say that they saw?
No, they saw that, like, they heard the branches crackling, whatever, right? Something's up on it, but they literally see it, so it's not like something that's like an animal, because then you'll see something black on top of it. No, it's something literally bending it. Like, that's what they said.
Okay.
Nobody else saw besides them, so we're going based upon what they said.
Right.
So they're being freaked out, so it's adding more to, like, the tension. Like, is there really something there? Like, are you bullshitting? Are you playing us? Like, and then at some point,
wait, the person that said that was that person with y'all?
Yes, they were the furthest behind us.
Okay.
So I guess they were more paranoid because there was nobody with them behind them.
They were scared.
So I don't know if because of that it got to their head.
Maybe.
And then, I've also been to that asylum down in Long Island as well.
I don't get sidetracked, but I want to hear this story.
Okay.
No,
so continuing forward to that, so then he decided to take pictures of like with flash on just to capture anything that's there. And in one of the pictures, we did see like a mist. Obviously, you think of mist, it's not really much to think about. But paranormal states that it's linked to it in a way. Mm-hmm. So after that, he started running, and then the other person running. I was like, we turned back, but we were pretty deep into the trail.
You read too.
Well, I mean,
yeah, what that means.
I'm going by.
I feel you. I'm out. I'm not staying here by myself.
What has horror movies taught me?
Yeah.
Don't be the one to stay around and find out.
I respect it.
Yeah.
It's in y'all dip and that's it.
Yeah, we just laughed. It was a pretty interesting night, but we enjoyed going there. I've seen also TikToks of people going to that cemetery that's at the beginning of that Sleepy Hollow Road, and like they'll throw like Ouija boards, play it there and shit. Yeah, people just like fucking with that shit, bro.
People be fucking too much.
Yeah, bro. That energy's not good, bro. Why do you want that bad energy around you, bro? You asking for it, bro, to like cling on to you.
You really feel that way?
You can't tell me that there's no such thing as good and bad energy. It exists in this world, not even just on a person perspective, but just you feel it. You feel the tension in the air. You feel the negativity. It's a bad place to be. Like, I shouldn't be here, whether someone being there or not.
Yeah.
You go based off that gut
tension.
feeling. Yeah. So yeah, bro. So like when it comes to that, I do believe in spirits. I feel like if we go on to that kind of topic, I feel like there's something that exists as like a different dimension, you know, and it's
Just pause right there. I'm sorry, I need to take a piss. So bad, I've been holding it for mad long.
Nah, you good, bro? Do you think?
Time, bro. I think that, like, if you really think about it, it really does go so fucking fast. I feel like once you're like 18, past that shit, it just goes boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I remember days were longer when I was younger. Days were definitely way more longer when I was
right.
younger.
It's just never ended.
Now it's just like you wake up, you go to work, you blink, and then now you're in bed, ready to go sleep.
Yo, it's so crazy, bro. The days keep going faster and faster. I try to slow them down, but like just enjoying life. You know, that's the only time it kind of feels like it's slowing down.
Yeah,
you know,
it's what you do with your days that make them feel longer.
It really does. It really does.
Because if you do something different every day, it feels good. It doesn't, like, again, back to the whole routine thing. When you're stuck in a routine for too long, that's why days feel long, you know, because it's the same thing every day.
Right.
You're already projecting in your mind, this is the time I gotta do this until then. Then I have this already planned. Nothing's ever free willed, you know. It's always programmed. You have a program for your day already set.
The
every
Matrix.
Day. Yes, stuck in the Matrix.
Stuck in the Matrix. No matter what you do.
The endless numbers, everything. Yeah. So
0 1 0 0 0 0.
So just to break out of that program and just free will, that's great.
It is.
There's this thing I've been wanting to do, at least for this year. Just take a week off and just free will it. Do one different thing every single day.
Is it the side quest Saturdays?
I mean, that's specific for Saturdays. Side quest Saturdays is specific.
Hashtag side quest.
So hear this out, chat. So it's chat, you know, because that's our audience.
That's true.
Chat.
Whoever's listening.
Yes. So there's this thing I came up with called Side Quest Saturdays. It's something I've been working on. I'm 2 for 2 so far for 2 Saturdays. So let's see where it goes. Basically, every Saturday I'm planning on doing something differently. It could be, for example, like I'm with different people that I personally know, doing something with them. Like today I'm with Axel. We're doing a podcast together.
It is Saturday.
And it's Saturday.
Oh shit.
Well, Saturday going into Sunday.
But like we started in Saturday.
We started in the Saturday. Last Saturday I was with my homie Charlie. Shout out Charlie.
Charlie Herrera?
Charlie Herrera.
Hey, yo, shout out Charlie Herrera, yo.
My homie, bro.
It's been a minute, yo.
Yes, bro.
It would be interesting to have him on the podcast. Have him talk about his Jewish shit.
Well, I'm telling you, bro, this is one guy's brain to pick at, bro. He's pretty smart.
Yeah.
He's pretty free spirited in what he has to say. He's a very interesting person to ask questions about.
Would be cool. All right, baby.
Set that up for the next time, you know.
Yeah.
So aside from that, we lost track of what we were talking about before.
You lost track. How's the green apple shit, by the way?
It's delicious, man.
We've just been sipping on one beer this entire podcast.
I mean, yeah. I had a little bit of drink at work.
Chug.
I fuck it. Let's kill that shit, bro. Down the hatch.
I obviously had more than you. I'm talking to you. Won, bro. You won that one. Thing.
Down the hatch.
Red joint. Alright. What would you tell your younger self right now?
Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan.
What was the plan?
The plan was, like I said, to go to school. It was a big plan because I really wanted to get really big into cars. Like, I liked cars since I was growing up.
What's stopping you from doing it now, bro? I feel like a lot of shit you can learn. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of shit you can learn
online. Yes. So me, I'd love to work on my car. There's certain things I know how to do, but I just don't have the place for it. You know, I don't have a private parking spot. I park in the street. There's certain things you can't do in the street. So you can't do your oil change on the street because the oil could leak and spill in that cup. You can get a ticket for that.
If I hypothetically put you on to people that maybe like do that type of stuff in certain areas, would you do it?
I have a friend, although it's just
So then what's stopping you?
I have a mechanic that's down the block, literally down the street.
So then what the fuck is stopping you, bro?
What do you mean what's stopping me?
What's stopping you? From like asking him to be like, yo, can I be your apprentice?
The time, because the days that I work versus the days that I'm off,
And
I have
also,
something already.
and when he's on and working too, right?
Well, their shop is open Monday through Saturday. Sundays are closed, and Sundays I'm off, so that doesn't benefit me. Mondays and Tuesdays I'm with my daughter, so I have nobody to leave her with.
So the time schedule doesn't work for you.
It does not, and every other day I'm working
Right.
until the middle of the afternoon, if not late night.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. I see what you're saying, bro. It's kind of hard to manage that time.
I could say I'm more of a YouTube mechanic.
You're a YouTube mechanic?
Yeah, any issue, I just YouTube people with similar problems, how they
Right.
diagnose it, how they...
Have you actually successfully completed shit?
Like the basic shit, oil
Through YouTube?
change. Well, yeah, because there's, for the more harder shit, I need bigger...
Fucking love YouTube, bro.
Yo, you could learn a lot of shit on YouTube.
YouTube is the shit.
YouTube literally has... Well, today's...
Yo, nah, it really is the shit. Every single time I have a problem, I really just YouTube it, and I find an answer.
Nowadays, it's ChatGPT.
I'm not like ChatGPT is cool. Don't get me wrong, it's dope, super useful for, let's say, if you don't want to write out a bunch of shit, you can write it out. You want to find out certain information, you can, but you can do the same thing through Google.
But that's what it is. It's the information that you want from it to gather to go ahead and, further on your knowledge.
have the app. Don't get me wrong.
Me too.
Let's use it right now.
Let's go.
All right. ChatGPT. All right. Ask anything.
Okay.
Nando, give a question to ChatGPT.
Question?
Yeah. Any question to ChatGPT. You know what ChatGPT is? All right. Give a question.
How can we make this world better?
How can we make...
Can I add something to that?
We're not.
Okay.
This world better. You'll have your own question. I
Alright,
want to see. I want to see what the... All right, boom. This is the answer from ChatGPT. Making the world better is a massive goal, but it becomes achievable when broken into meaningful, collective, and individual actions. Here are some of the most impactful ways we can work toward a better world. On a global scale, combat climate change, transition to renewable energy, support policies that reduce carbon emissions, protect biodiversity and ecosystems. Number 2, support education for all. Invest in accessible, quality education, especially for girls and undeserved communities. Promote digital literacy and lifelong learning. 3, ensure health and well-being. Expand access to healthcare, support mental health awareness and services, promote nutrition and clean water access. 4, advance equity and human rights. Fight systematic racism, sexism, and discrimination. Protect freedom of speech and press and belief. Advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and gender equality. 5, promote peace and reduce conflict. Support diplomacy over violence. Assess post-conflict recovery and reconciliation. Tackle the root causes of extremism, poverty, injustice, and inequality. On a community level, build inclusive communities, celebrate diversity, encourage dialogue, make public spaces accessible and welcoming. 2, volunteer and give back, support local shelters, food banks, tutoring programs, etc. Donate time, skills, or resources to causes you care about. 3, support local ethical and support local and ethical businesses. Buy from companies that prioritize sustainability and fair labor practices. On a personal level, stay informed and curious. Questions assumptions and stay open to new ideas. Learn from different cultures, perspectives, and fields. Practice empathy, kindness. Listen more, be kind, even when it's hard. Life sustainability. This is long as fuck. Life sustainability. Reduce waste, reuse and cycle. Eat more plant-based meals and conserve energy. Be civically engaged. Vote. Advocate for just policies. Hold leaders accountable. Would you like ideas for a specific domain like education, technology, environment, or personal growth that can help tailor a more focused and actionable plan? That's what it's asking. It's asking if you want more. That was a lot.
So my question is, will we ever be able to travel to another universe?
Will we ever be able to travel to another universe? Question mark. Right now, traveling to another universe is still firmly in the realm of science fiction and theoretical physics. Here's where things stand based on where we currently know. What science suggests so far: multi-universe theories exist, but some theories in cosmology and quantum mechanics propose the idea of a multiverse, many universes existing alongside or beyond ours. These include inflationary multiverse from cosmic inflation, quantum multiverse from many worlds interpretation, string theory landscapes. However, these are theoretical. There is no direct evidence yet other universes exist, much less than we could reach them. No known method of travel. Even if other universes do exist, we have no technology or physics that would let us access our travel between them. Concepts like wormholes are hypothetically and unstable even for interstellar travel, let alone inter-universal travel. Massive energy barriers. The energy required to break through the fabric of space-time, if that's even possible, would be far beyond anything we can currently produce. It might involve creating or accessing dimensions we don't even fully understand yet. But could it be possible in the future? Never say never. Human understanding of the universe has evolved dramatically over just the past 100 years. If breakthroughs happen in quantum gravity, higher dimensional physics, or exotic matter, it's possible that what seems impossible today could be reality in the distant future. Think of how absurd space travel once seemed, yet now we have rovers on Mars and telescopes seeing 13 billion years into the past. TLDR. We don't have the knowledge or technology to travel to another universe, and we may never. But physics is still full of mysteries, and the boundary between impossible and undiscovered has shifted many times before. That's pretty much it.
So right now we're more just like at a stalemate, just because there's a way where, like, within the past 100 years, how fast our technology has advanced. Who's to say within the next 100 years, what would it be then? Maybe by then it's a more like definite for sure answer. Because right now it's just going based off where we're at now in time.
Pretty much, yeah. But what is time? It's relative.
Time is everywhere, man. Everything you do is time.
Time is relative. Because what we think is time is different outside the time of our time.
Why does time even exist? Well, like, why is time a thing?
Well, time is real because we get old and die.
Yes.
Everything dies.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that we live our life around time. We need time more than anything.
Yeah. And you can never buy it.
There is a movie out there.
There's certain things that you can't buy nor control.
Mm.
Time being one of them, where you're born, and who you are.
You wanna know something cool? I don't know if you heard of this. It's a movie, like something of that sort, where each of them have like a watch. I haven't seen this movie, but just little previews and snippets, and they have a time on their watch.
And that's their life, right?
That's their life, but they
I've
can
seen that
share
movie.
it. They can share it with
You never
people.
seen that movie?
No, just snippets.
It was a dope ass movie.
Yeah,
Yeah. You slacking.
I need to watch that.
Slacking.
But I like the concept.
It's a dope movie.
I like the concept.
Nah, it's dope. And like you pay with your time.
Yes, you pay for everything that you
Yeah.
do with your time.
Yeah.
It deducts.
That's life.
Yeah,
You
I like that.
That's reality. You pay with your time.
Yes.
Everything else is just a fabrication.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I mean?
That has to be. I have to watch it. That's a good concept because, yeah, it relates to real life.
I haven't seen that movie in a minute. What's the name of that movie?
I don't know. That's the only thing I just remember it by. I don't remember the actual.
Let's find it right now. I'm finding it.
Oh,
right
even better. Yeah, I'll save that shit right now. Just for sure.
I'm gonna
I can
ask
find it.
ChatGPT.
Okay.
What's the movie where they pay with their time
Yes.
in life? Question mark. The movie you're thinking of is In Time.
In time.
Yeah, starring Justin Timberlake
Yes, Justin Timberlake.
and Amanda Seyfried. It's a dystopian future. Time is literally currency. People stop aging at 25, and from that point onward, they must earn more time to stay alive. The rich can live forever, while the poor struggle day to day with just hours left. When your time runs out, you die. Justin Timberlake plays Will Salas, a man from a poor time zone who gets gifted a century of time and ends up on the run trying to change the broken system. Why it's notable. It uses time as a metaphor for economic inequality and class warfare. The concept is original and thought-provoking, even if the execution got mixed reviews.
Bro,
Shit was dope. Fuck the reviews.
bro, just imagine that. Imagine this. Imagine working
Right,
for time.
right. Bro,
You're not working for money no more. Forget
Bro.
money. Just the amount you work
Bro.
is the amount of time you have to live.
bro, that would be insane.
Bro,
Insane.
people would do literally anything.
Insane, bro.
Anything just to make sure that they still live. But the concept of being 25 at the
Yeah.
body, because
If you had 1,000 hours, what would you do with it?
I'm investing that to work. I'm not going to be calm until I have at least 100K. Why? Because now with the 100K,
Mm-hmm.
I'll do 40 of that and invest it to where I could get better to make more time.
How do you invest time to get time?
Well, everything is accepted in payment of time, right? So I'll go learn things that would accept, I don't know, like $10,000 worth of time. But I'm learning something that would be the equivalent of doubling my money.
So in the time that you're learning, you're wasting the time, but to gain that time of 10,000 hours.
But I have the safety net of not spending that whole 100,000. I still have a safety net.
That's hypothetically if the access of information and education is possible.
Yes. Okay, so if we put in a theory where that's not possible
Right,
at
then
all,
how would you get it?
you have to get rich. So there has to be
So would
some
you
way.
steal time?
No, because if you get caught,
And how would you get the time?
it's a grind, man. But it's also
Then how
but you would have to
would you get the time?
you have to work.
Alright,
1,000
but
hours,
then
you have to find a way.
working takes time,
But then,
and you don't
so
have
how-
much time.
Okay, so
But you don't have much time.
so what other way can you? You would have to steal. If you put in that scenario, you have nothing else to do but steal time. If you, yeah,
Ain't that some shit?
because you try to find
Bro,
different directions,
it's
but
fucked up, right?
it's halted by that
It's
one
fucked
thing.
up, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you would have to literally steal time. You would have to. It'd be the fight for survival, bro.
So can we blame these corporations for stealing the time of our lives?
Yeah, 100%.
We can,
It's-
but they're doing the same shit that anyone else would do. Wouldn't you think so? To a different degree? Yo, bro, I've been trying to think about this shit for a long time, bro. Like practically my whole life.
It's definitely a
I
food
don't-
chain, you know.
I just don't think. Yeah, exactly. It's a
food
food chain.
chain, bro.
I don't think like anyone would not do that.
The way I see it,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Because
fucked
they
up,
gotta
right?
eat too.
They gotta eat too.
They gotta eat.
They gotta eat too. And they got a different fucking appetite.
But they're fucking greedy.
Different
They're
appetite.
greedy as
Different
fuck,
appetite.
bro.
Different
They're not
appetite.
suffice with what they could get.
Different appetite. Why? Because they're used to it. What the fuck? They're fucking like forever been the same shit, bro.
I hate to say it, it's modern day slavery.
It is.
The dollar is.
But
the
at
word
the same
slave
time, we're getting it better.
Are we though?
Yo, I mean, like, it's the perspective, bro. Like, I saw this video where it kind of feels like it really doesn't feel that way. Oh, man. Where it was just like, yo, like, this dude is just saying, like, how much hours he works a week, and he barely sees his family, and it's just, like, the same shit every week, and it's just, like, on over and over and over and over, and he does the same shit every day, and it just feels like he's just a modern day slave. And yeah, I guess, like, if you want to take it to that degree of understanding, yeah, but then we also have the capability of doing more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, which in before we did not. So, like, I think in terms of humanity of the people that had and had not, you know? So it's just a matter of what you want to do with it. The time you got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's easy to escape to what's easier, to escape to what's not necessarily what people commonly do. I don't have to do this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for weeks straight, bro.
How many weeks straight has it been?
120 weeks straight, bro.
150 fucking weeks
120.
120. Shit, man. That's
This is
dedication.
this is my 120th podcast.
That's dedication, bro.
Yeah, it's my 120th podcast.
That's good, bro.
Yeah. Bro, it's a minute, bro. It's like, it's something that no one could take from me. You know what I'm saying?
How's your how do you see
Right.
your progress within those 120?
Bro, like, honestly, this is how it feels like. Also, I got that shit, bro. Like, I can do that shit. I can keep on doing that shit. It's easy, bro.
After
I can keep on doing it. I just keep on doing it, bro. I fucking love this shit, bro.
Mhm.
This is, like, having conversations like this is like a beautiful timestamp. You know what I mean?
of course.
It's a timestamp throughout time. You're gonna look back on this from years from now. I'm gonna die eventually. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna have a bunch of fucking, like, you know, conversations that
This
people look back
stays
to. You know what I'm
forever.
saying? This stays forever, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, and you know, and that's what's dope about it. It's a conversation that could last a lifetime.
We can, bro.
You know?
We could be 50 years from now, and just this one video we could just look back at.
Like,
See the shit we were talking back in 2025.
You remember when we were 30?
When we were 30?
Yo, we was mad young then.
I know, bro. Oh, man.
Right.
The only thing I just hope going down later down in my life, I just hope I don't bald. That's
Mhm.
it. I hope I don't bald. That's it.
I mean, fuck it. Even if you do, like,
At least I
Sure.
hope it's not that bad.
I feel you.
I don't want no Mr. Clean shit.
I feel you. I just wore my hat. I'm having a
yeah,
bad hair day.
we good. We
You
good.
know what I'm
We
saying?
good.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
still got every single little molecule on my head. But good.
Is that weed? And, you know, that good.
Yeah.
Yo, bro. I feel like, what time is it? Oh yeah, it's about to be. You have it soon.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have another podcast some other time
Yes.
for sure, man.
I
But
could probably bring my friend Charlie.
perhaps,
Yeah.
perhaps. But I don't have 3 mics right now. I have 2 mics. So we'll see how that.
We'll
goes.
see how that plays
But
out.
do you have any questions for me?
How's it like living alone?
I don't live alone, bro.
Oh, well, for a period of time, have you ever had to live alone?
Yeah, I lived alone for like 4 years, bro. By myself.
How was that?
Huh?
Because me personally, I've always lived with someone.
Right.
But like, not saying that it's bad to live alone, but
Yeah.
like, how is that on a day-to-day basis for you? How was that?
I mean, like, it's still the same. Like, I feel like you still gotta like go through the rhythms of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And go through the process. I feel like having a dog is great. I love my dog. Tundra is
companion.
She's been my companion throughout all these years. But I also, I don't know. I like being alone, bro. I like having my time of being alone. I think that there's time where you can think about so much. I'm comfortable in my solitude. I'm very comfortable in my solitude. I don't need to be reached out constantly or like, nah, like I'm in my zone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm in my I'm in my comfort zone. You know, my comfort zone is me. You know, I've thoroughly explored me. You know, and I'm very comfortable with me, and that's why I'm comfortable in any surrounding or with anyone, or doesn't matter where I'm at, bro. Doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm me. I don't need to, I don't know, add glitter on there, or like mix this or make it shiny or whatever the fuck people want. Nah, I'm me. You know, and I think that that's what people value the most in having conversations with me. Because it lowers their defenses.
Yeah.
It makes them forget that there's a camera here.
Of course.
It's
like,
just a real conversation. Yeah, it's real. And every single time people have that conversation with me, it breaks through. You know, and I enjoy it because I can see it in their eyes.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
This is well timed.
Man, it's timeless. But bro, all right, what's one thing that you could say to the people right now?
One thing I could say to the people, like I know in this economy, life has been tough, but we're all gonna get through this. They say like these years are supposed to be our best years. Some of them have been tough, at least in my personal experience. But there's always gonna be better days and better years coming up for sure. Always stay positive.
That's right.
Always be positive.
That's right. So yeah.
Boom. So yeah.
I can't trust no switching roadie. I be on my grown thing. Keep on moving, time be skipping, phone and going home. Same process, trust the progress. I be knowing